Hi students, so today in this video I am going to explain about Cramer's rule for solving non-homogeneous system of linear equations. We have three methods generally: Cramer's rule, matrix inversion method and Gauss-Jordan method. So these are the basic three methods to solve non-homogeneous linear equations. So today in this video I am going to explain about Cramer's rule. Okay, so let me start the introduction part of Cramer's rule. So Cramer's rule. So let me take three equations in three variables. So first let us take three equations in three variables like a1x plus b1y plus c1z is equal to d1, a2x plus b2y plus c2z is equal to d2, a3x plus b3y plus c3z is equal to d3. So this is nothing but a system of linear equations which are non-homogeneous. So to solve this or to find the solution of this using Cramer's rule is what we are discussing. So first, these three equations written in the matrix form. So how we are going to write in the matrix form and all those things already we discussed in the previous video. So if you have missed that video, please go back, see that video and come back. Okay, so matrix form of this equations is Ax is equal to D, where what is A? A is the coefficient matrix, that is whatever coefficients we have in the LHS, just you write that in this matrix. So A1, B1, C1 coefficients of first equation, second equation A2, B2, C2, third equation A3, B3, C3. So this is coefficient matrix. Capital X, this contains all variables, therefore it is called as variable matrix. Capital D, this contains all constants, therefore it is called as constant matrix. So AXD, okay, AXD matrices will be like this. Next, now determinant of this coefficient matrix. Determinant of this coefficient matrix I am taking. Okay, so determinant of coefficient matrix. Let me suppose this determinant value to be delta. Just I am supposing the value of this determinant to be delta. Now, what I will do is, I will try to multiply this determinant with x. So, in determinant properties we have learned that, so if you are multiplying the determinant with a constant k, that k can be multiplied to any row or any column of the determinant. So, I will multiply determinant with x. That x can be multiplied to any row or column. I will multiply to first column for example. So if I multiply that x to the first column, I will get like this. X into A1, x into A2, x into A3. So I am multiplying determinant with x, that x is multiplied to first column here. So second column, third column I am keeping as it is. Second column, third column I am keeping as it is. So what I am doing? Determinant is multiplied with x, clearly you can see here. So here that x can be multiplied to any row or column, I multiply to first column. Now I will try to get this equations model in the first column. So whatever equation we have here, I will try to get that in the first column. So how to get that? I will write like this. C1, that is first column, will be taken as C1 plus, to get this equation model, I have B1 here. So if I multiply with Y, I will get this equation model. If I multiply second column with Y, clearly I can get this B1Y, B2Y, B3Y. So I will do second column multiplied with Y. Now third column, you observe, if I consider third column multiplied with Z, automatically I will get these terms. So third column I am going to multiply with Z. So I will do C1 plus second column multiplied with Y to get these terms. Third column multiplied with Z to get these terms. So this is what I am going to do for the first column. So therefore I will get like this. You can clearly see that C1 means X into A1 or A1 into X I can write, plus C2 into Y means this into Y. So plus B1Y plus C3 into Z means this into Z. So C1Z. Here C1 plus Y into C2 plus Z into C3 I am going to get like that. Same I am going to do in the next step also. So C1 means A2 into X plus Y into C2 means B2Y plus C2Z. Next A3X plus B3Y plus C3Z. So this is what I am changing in C1. And second column, third column I am not at all changing. So second column same, third column is also same. So this is the change we have done. Now you can clearly see that A1x plus B1y plus C1z is nothing but this first equation which is equal to D1. This from second equation will be D2. This from third equation will be D3. So therefore I will get like this. So I will get this as determinant of first column is D1, D2, D3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3, second column, third column same, first column using the three equations I will get like this. Now you compare the actual delta and this now. So if you compare delta, that is coefficient matrix determinant with that, you will see that second column, third column are same only, just first column is being replaced by the constant matrix. In place of first column, you are getting constant matrix. Okay, so what is this actually? X into delta value. By multiplying with x on both sides, x into delta value we are getting like that. So this is actually equal to x into delta. Okay. Next, now this LHS determinant I will take as delta 1. This LHS part. Therefore, I am going to get x is equal to delta 1 by delta. This is the value of x. So what is delta 1? Delta 1 is the determinant which we get by replacing this first column with constant matrix. Whatever determinant we are getting, we have taken that as delta 1. So this is the value of x. In the same process, you can get that y is equal to delta 2 by delta and z is equal to delta 3 by delta, where what are delta 2, delta 3? Delta 1 means first column is being replaced by the constant matrix. Delta 2 means the second column will be replaced by constant matrix. Delta 3 means third column will be replaced by constant matrix. Okay, so I am going to show you that now. So I have got these equations. So delta 2 will be, see this coefficient matrix, delta 2 means second column will be replaced by the constant matrix that is D1, D2, D3. Just by seeing delta 1, you can write that, because delta 1 you can clearly see that first column is replaced by constant matrix, remaining are same. Okay, now similarly delta 3 means, see the coefficient matrix, first column, second column keep as it is, third column will be replaced by constant matrix. So first column same, second column same, this third column is replaced by constant matrix. Okay, third column is replaced by constant matrix. So this is delta 2, delta 3. So what is the solution? Solution of the system of equations is x is equal to delta 1 by delta, y is equal to delta 2 by delta, and z is delta 3 by delta. So this is the solution finally. To get the solution, you have to find delta, delta 1, delta 2, delta 3. 4 determinants you have to find, then you can get the solution. And clearly Cramer's rule is applicable only when delta is not equal to 0. Because if delta is 0, this denominator is going to be 0. So delta should not be 0. So Cramer's rule is applicable only when delta is not equal to 0. What is delta? Delta is actually det A. So delta is determinant of coefficient matrix, that must be non-zero for this Cramer's rule to be applicable. That is to get this unique solution. This is the condition. Okay. So this is the process of applying the Cramer's rule. Now let us do a simple problem. Let us do a simple problem now. I will take a simple problem. We will try to solve using Cramer's rule. So Cramer's rule means basically you have to remember this formula. You have to remember what is delta, that is det A. Delta 1, delta 2, delta 3, how you are going to get. So, okay, so that is what you are going to remember. So I am taking a simple problem. 2x minus y plus 3z is equal to 9. X plus y plus z is equal to 6. So just try to adjust. So 2x minus y plus 3z is equal to 9. X plus y plus z is equal to 6. X minus y plus z is equal to 2. So this is the system of equations we have to solve using Cramer's rule. So therefore this system of equations written in the matrix form is Ax is equal to D, which we know very well. Now what is A? A is the coefficient matrix, so which is nothing but coefficients of all equations, that is left side part only we have to take, excluding the constants, x, y, z coefficients. So from first equation you will get like this coefficient matrix. Okay, and you know that determinant of coefficient matrix will be taken as delta. Determinant of coefficient matrix. So let us find this now. So finding determinant means we can use determinant properties. That is, we can use row transformations, column transformations, all those we can use, but directly I am expanding here. Okay. I will use the first row. Because we don't have any zeros, we can use any row or column. I am using the first row. So 2 into, remove this row, this column. So 1 plus 1. Next element minus sign is there. So minus 1 into, remove this row, this column. 1 minus 1, 0. Next element plus 3 into, remove this row, this column. Minus 1, minus 1. So therefore you are going to get 4, 0, minus 6. So minus 2 is the value of delta. That is nothing but det A. Okay. So now I will find delta 1. What is delta 1 basically? So delta 1 means basically C delta, replace first column with constant matrix. What is constant matrix? 962. Replace first column with constant matrix. That is nothing but delta 1. Okay, so instead of this first column, write constant matrix 962. First column replaced. Remaining second column you write as it is. Third column you write as it is. So let me find the determinant now. Just use the first row as usual, or you can use any row or any column, that is your wish. So if I use the first row, 9 into, remove first row, first column, so 1 plus 1. Second element minus sign is there already, so minus 1 into, remove this row, this column, so 6 minus 2, 4. Next element plus sign is there, so plus 3 into, remove this row, this column, minus 6, minus 2. So therefore you are going to get 18 plus 4 minus 24. So it is nothing but 22 minus 24, that is minus 2. So this is delta 1 value. Now I will find delta 2. How to get delta 2? Delta 2 is determinant of coefficient matrix where second column is replaced by constant matrix. So just take the coefficient matrix, replace second column with constant matrix, that is nothing but delta 2. So delta 2, see the coefficient matrix, first column you write as it is, in place of second column write this constant matrix 962. Third column you write as it is, no change. Find determinant. So 2 into, plus minus plus same signs. Remove first row, first column, 6 minus 2. For second element we write minus sign, no. So minus 9 into, remove this row, this column, 1 minus 0. Next plus 3 into, remove this row, this column, 2 minus 6 means minus 4. So you will get 8 minus 12. So minus 4 is delta 2. Next I will find delta 3. Delta 3 is what? Delta 3 is determinant of coefficient matrix in which last column is replaced by constant matrix. Same coefficient matrix to write where last column is replaced with constant matrix. So first column I am going to write as it is in coefficient matrix. Second column I am going to write as it is. Third column replaced by constant matrix 962. I will find determinant here. So 2 into, remove this row, this column. So 2 plus 6, 8. Next minus 1 into, remove this row, this column. Remove this row, this column. So 2 minus 6 means minus 4. Plus 9 into, remove this row, this column, you will get minus 1 means minus 2. Find 16 minus 4 minus 18. So 16 minus 22 minus 6 you will get. Okay, so this is what? This is equal to minus 6 you will get. So delta 1 minus 2, delta 2 minus 4, delta 3 is minus 6. So these are delta 1, delta 2, delta 3, delta, all 4 determinants we have determined. So once you get all the 4 determinants, just use formulas. So what is Cramer's rule formula? So what is the formula? X is equal to delta 1 by delta, y is equal to delta 2 by delta, z is equal to delta 3 by delta. So this is the formula of Cramer's rule. Just substitute whatever values you got. Delta 1 is minus 2, no? So minus 2, delta is also minus 2. So x is 1. Y delta 2 is how much? Minus 4. By delta is minus 2, you will get 2. Delta 3 is minus 6. By minus 2, so you will get 3. So what is the solution? X is equal to 1, y is equal to 2, z is equal to 3. So this is the unique solution. And keep in mind that Cramer's rule is applicable only when delta is not equal to 0. So first we will find delta anyhow. So if delta is not equal to 0, then only you can proceed. Otherwise you can simply write that Cramer's rule is not applicable. So Cramer's rule can be used to determine the infinite solutions case also. So that I will tell separately. That is, if delta is equal to 0, delta 1, delta 2, delta 3 all are zeros like this. So all 4 you are getting 0 means the given set of equations will have infinite solutions. So if you are getting like this, if delta is not equal to 0, anyhow you will get unique solution only. So if delta is 0 and at least one of delta 1, delta 2, delta 3 is not 0, then you will get no solution. That is, you will not get any solution. So these rules also you can remember. Okay. So thank you everyone. Please subscribe such that you can get the updates regarding my videos. So thank you everyone for watching.